Welcome. You are watching Facts and Opinion on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. Streaming live every Saturday, every Sunday on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. How we doing on this lovely, cold outside Saturday? You are with your host, JR. We about to do some things up in here. We about to have us some conversations up in here. We about to get ourselves wired up on some things. So, we had us a long week chock full of news, information, details, disappointments, and a whole lot of other unnecessary BS if you ask me. But we gonna talk about some of that because I know we can talk. Can we talk? Let's talk. Before we get off into this deep thing right here, we're going to talk about a little local news, all right? A little something that affects a lot of us, but in this case, it only affects, to a certain extreme, to a certain extent, family members and friends. We'd like to send out our sincere condolences and our prayers to the Napoleon family. Wayne County Sheriff Benny Napoleon died of COVID-19 December 16th or the 17th. He was age 65. He had a long history in law enforcement back when in his later teen years all the way up until now. And I know our society as a whole is lesser by his passing. I remember watching it for decades, doing interviews on the local newscasts and everything like that, explaining situations and stuff. So you're going to be missed, Benny. And our condolences and prayers to the family and friends. Now, moving on to more interesting developments in our government. Have you checked out the news lately? Did you? No, I ain't talking about the mainstream bulls. Let me take these things off. Give me a minute here. Hold on. Let me get these up off me. Look here. Have you checked out? Now, we ain't going to get into the election now. This ain't about election. We're going to talk about what's right. All right? Can we do that? Can we talk about what's right? Let's talk about what's right. Now, you would expect that if you have a situation that goes through the lower courts, the middle courts, the appellate courts, and then makes it all the way up to the Supreme Court, you would think, for some odd, crazy reason, that your case might get heard. Because that's the highest court in the land. All the other courts couldn't deal with it, so they brought it to the Supreme Court. And you're supposed to trust that the Supreme Court has the judgment, the wisdom, the knowledge, the years of experience to render a fair and impartial verdict in whatever case it is. That's what you would think, right? That's what we've been told, right? That's the shit we get pumped. Ain't it right? Okay. Mm-hmm. Chief Justice Roberts of the Supreme Court, that's the number one guy. You got, the other justices, but you got the Chief Justice. Now, I don't know if you know what's been reported that this man said, but if you don't know, that's why I'm here. Give you a little bit of what the hell I know, because I've been looking at it. I've been looking it up, researching it, and it's been turning my damn stomach. Chief Justice Roberts of the United States Supreme Court. This was in a tweet by Lynn Wood, okay? Lynn Wood's tweet said that Chief Justice Roberts was heard on Thursday screaming at the other justices about voting on the Texas case. They were scared that if they voted on this case, that there could possibly or potentially be riots. Bullshit. Okay? That ain't what that was about. That was the excuse. That's the underlay for the overplayers, they say. Because there's some bullshit here. Let's be real. The Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court didn't give a shit about the Florida hanging Chad situation, his words, okay? But they didn't want to vote on Texas because they were scared that they may give out a decision that may cause rioting. If that's not a level of cowardice, you tell me what the hell it is, okay? Sidney Powell says her case to the Supreme Court is being delayed till January the 14th. Some are being rejected completely. And the Supreme Court, in my opinion, is holding out until January the 6th, the deadline. All right. In a phone conversation of 8/19 this year, Judge Roberts was reported saying he was going to make sure that the motherfucker never be reelected. Who's the motherfucker? Please tell me. Look it up, okay? If you think I'm on some bullshit, look it up. I found it. You can do the same. But this is disgraceful that the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, who carries power, who carries weight, seems to be a little bit corrupt. Now, there have been reports that Justice Roberts, now these are reports, go look it up just like I did, that he might have been on that Lolita Express. Took a little flight with the Clintons and Epstein to that island. I don't know. I really don't fucking know. I'm just saying. That's the shit they putting out there. Go look it up. I did. Damn. Don't get mad at me. Don't shoot the messenger, nigga. Be mad at the message. But don't be mad at the messenger. Because I'm only putting out there what they putting to me. Okay? Now look. We got a real serious problem right here. A lot of people ain't thinking about this because all of this other minutia is covering our heads. We all consumed with, is Biden the president? Ain't he the president? Is he going to ever be the president? We caught up. We being distracted. Catch yourself. Slow it down. Pump your brakes. Hold on. Just wait a minute. Look, if you ain't been watching, and they ain't been telling you, you know some of our higher government systems have been infiltrated, and they saying it's by Russia. Got a malware, some kind of malware that's going through all our agencies, the Treasury, the Pentagon, and even the White House. And it's been reported that the people that deal with this saying that it's going to be quite difficult to eradicate this malware. Okay? This malware allegedly has been done up by Russians, put out by Russians, injected into our systems by the Russians. Now, this is what's being said, okay? John Radcliffe, he's the head of the 17 intelligence agencies that we have in this country. He's over all of them, all right? He's the DNI, Director of National Intelligence, all right? That's the guy with all our little secrets coming from everywhere, and they go to his ass, all right? Radcliffe told CBS, the CBS News, that there was foreign interference in the 2020 elections by Russia, China, and Iran in the month of November of this year. All right? Russia, China, and Iran. If you don't have nothing else, I know the fuck you got some type of common sense. If you're listening to this broadcast and you're trying to understand what the hell I'm talking about, then let me help you. Let me enlighten you. Let me just broaden your perspectives to a big picture so you can understand. This whole thing is not about an election. Let's be honest. It's not. This is about the longevity of this nation and who's going to run it and who's going to run it right. If you can't pick the people you want to lead you, or for some odd ass reason, that's been taken away from you, then do you have a republic? Do you have a country? Do you even have, yeah, do you have a life? Okay, let's be honest. This might bore your ass, but at the end of the day, this whole conversation is about living. All right? And the people that don't want us to live are trying to fucking kill us. And every day we just going, it's Christmas season, okay? I understand. We out shopping, we trying to sing carols and all that. A1 on that, okay? But there are bigger things taking place that we're not talking about. You are watching Facts and Opinion on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world, streaming live every Saturday and Sunday at 2 o'clock on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. Now, back to what I was saying. There are people, there are forces in this world that do not like this country. Don't like what we stand for. Don't like what the hell we can do. Now, the head of your country is your president. He's the representative. He represents us on the stage, on the world stage, okay? Beyond all that other crap, you want this nice guy who getting taken total advantage of, or you want this pit bull that's biting folks in the ass. I prefer the pit bull. Call me crazy. It is what it is. Another piece of news came out today. For some odd, strange, unbeknownst reason that's not really being widely publicized, the Pentagon stopped Joe Biden's national security briefings. There's a reason. They said, if you look it up like I did, this is unusual, doesn't happen every day, doesn't happen to every candidate when they use the holidays as an excuse. Bullshit. It's something deeper to this, and they're not widely disseminating that information. Use your head, little common sense. We're all going to be okay if we all come together and figure this shit out together. Now, Hal Turner, go look him up, all right? Go look him up. He reported some things that was quite disturbing. A little earth-shattering. And then when you go look this stuff up, just connect the dots, just like I did, and either it's going to seem a little strange or either it's going to match up with reality. Let's just be honest. Okay, Hal Turner reports, Chinese military troops are making incursions into the United States. An F-16 was shot down over Michigan. I thought I brought that to you last week. And it was shot down by Chinese troops. That's what it's alleged. Now, this is Hal Turner saying this. And the pilot was taken hostage. The U.S. at that point dropped a 30,000-pound bunker buster bomb, killing about 50,000 Chinese troops in an underground facility in Robertson, Maine. Now, I'm not saying that Hal Turner's lying, but some of this sounds a little suspicious to me, because if you go back and check, the USGS reported a mild earthquake in the area of the state of Maine. Now, if you drop a 30,000-pound bomb, it's going to shake some shit up. Let's be real. You got to explain that if you don't want people to know about it. Common sense, all right? Call me crazy. It could be a conspiracy theory. I don't know. I'm going off what Hal Turner's talking about. And then I'm going off what Hal Turner just reported. And then on top of that, I use other little pieces of information to pull it together to draw my mosaic to understand what the hell I'm looking at here. Because it's apparently clear that our government is not going to tell us anything. Because how long was that malware in the Treasury, in Sandia's laboratories, in Nevada at our nuclear facilities? How long was that malware? How much information was given to the Russians, the Chinese about our security? How much of this is smoke, Kentucky windage? And how much of it is actually factually the truth? They're not going to tell you. You got to go look it up. Just like mainstream media didn't want to talk about Hunter Biden and all the connections he had with the Chinese Communist Party. They didn't want to talk about that. They kept that out the mainstream because they are the mainstream. They didn't want to talk about that shit. Now that Joe Biden is apparently president-elect, they talking about this boy like like his ass is Hitler himself. Oh, he's got a case here. He's got a case there. He's been indicted for this. He's been indicted for that. He's doing income tax evasion, money laundering, all these other different things. But none of that was talked about before the election, a year before the election, or even 2 years before the fucking election. Let's be real. Attorney General Barr just resigned. Fuck that. He got fired. The phone line's open. If you think I'm lying, give me a call. Let's talk about it. If you think I'm hyped, look, I'm passionate. I like what I do and I like what I talk about. So I'm a little passionate. I get a little fired the fuck up, okay? And I'm a little irritated by thinking that what Hal Turner is talking about could have possibly happened to be covered up. And we don't know anything about it. 50,000 Chinese troops. Now, I was at home when I heard about the F-16 being shot, or F-16 going down, all right? I was at home. I was chilling. You know what I'm saying? Having me a little shot of Henny, doing me. Next thing I know, I hear an F-16 done crashed up in Michigan somewhere, and I'm tripping like, what the hell? Now, I'm thinking maybe the plane had a mechanical failure. Who knows? But I never heard anything about what happened with the pilot. Did they go get the pilot? Did they say the pilot? Did the pilot bail the fuck out of the plane? None of that. I ain't heard none of that. Maybe I was a little buzzed. Maybe I was a little missing on the whole story. I didn't go look at the rest of it because I don't want to start feeling some type of way about that. But if necessary, I will go find out what happened to the pilot. But Hal Turner says that the pilot was taken hostage. I don't know. I'm going to find out about that. Now, those are two events that took place here in our backyard. If any of it being true. Now, like I said, this could be a conspiracy theory. I don't know. I found two sources that basically had the same information. Okay? If it's true, there'll be other sources. So you gotta give it time to get out in the atmosphere. I'm just one of them cats that caught up with it around in the first area. But here's the thing. If you don't know where to go, you don't get all the info. Let's be honest. You ain't nobody gonna tap you on your shoulder to be like, hey, check this out. Especially if it's against their best interests. Come on. Now, that's two events that took place. The F-16 being shot down allegedly, and a 30,000-pound bunker bomb dropped on a facility in Maine. Allegedly. Now, I'm going to take those two pieces of information and I'm going to run with another piece of information. It was reported not long ago that the Chinese Navy was on their way here. Probably just testing us out, seeing how we would respond, how we would react, you know. But President Trump sent our illustrious U.S. Navy to cut their asses off and send them back where they came from. Now, why would you have to do that unless you probing? Unless you're really trying to find out what's going on with these people, their response times. Well, how would they respond to your actions and their counter actions? This is a chess game, people, with real lives involved, yours and mine. And I like to know what the hell going on before I have to go get my thing and start popping off at motherfuckers. Because I don't think I'm supposed to wake up and find Mao Zedong in my fucking front yard and I didn't know he was coming. Excuse me, I have to wet my palate. Now, like I said, those two events. Now, Hal Turner also reports that there are over 700,000 troops within the United States. Now, if memory serves correctly, this is not trying to be racist, but we're talking about what's real. If you got 700,000 Chinese individuals in this country, and they're supposed to be, now this is just common sense now, they're supposed to be members of either the Chinese Communist Party or part of the PLA, the People's Liberation Army, okay? Anyway go, that's supposed to be the enemy. Now, I don't know how you figure that shit out. That's what Hal Turner said. But it seems to me that that's something that needs to be looked at because it's understood that these people are supposed to be dispersed on a number of bases. So I would think it'd be quite easy to find out who's who and what's what. But here's the thing. If you've heard in soft whispers, as they call it, all right? The Chinese Communist Party has a lot of influence in all our lives right now. And something's not right with this shit, okay? They're influencing the NBA, tech. They're influencing a lot of things that go on with us. And when you have a Chinese general that says, we want to kill every man, woman, and child in America. Now, this is a Chinese general. Go look it up. I did. It's a true fact. That lets you know this some bitch cannot be your best friend. If he talking about you want everybody dead, these people deal with us because of the opportunity that we afford them, the opportunity to kick our ass, all right? Because we're giving them every damn thing and not asking for nothing in return. Look, these somewhat conspiracy theories that come up about this, that, and the other, okay, I got you. But there was no clearer proof of how they feel about us is when this coronavirus got out and we asked these son of a bitches for PPE. What they tell us? Kiss their ass. That's basically what they said. Why do you think Trump had to go and retool everything with the Defense Act? Because these little motherfuckers didn't want to help us. But they the some bitches that fucked us up. This is crazy. Okay. It's alleged by Hal Turner, okay, that the F-16 that got shot down in Michigan in the UP on the training exercise. He said that they shot it down with high energy weapons. Now, again, we connect the dots. Right now, the United States Navy is mounting, or has already mounted, laser weapons on our Arleigh Burke-class destroyers and our aircraft carriers. These are defensive weapons that are capable of shooting down either missiles or planes or drones. Common sense. If we got it, guess what? They got it. And you can guess what? They also got it from espionage. They all in our back doors and our computer systems, stealing our intellectual property and turning this shit against us. But we have politicians, Eric Swalwell, Dianne Feinstein. Right now, it even looks as if the head of the goddamn Republican Senate is even tied up with the damn Chinese. Okay, Mitch McConnell, that's his fucking name, okay? Look, I don't discriminate. I don't give a fuck if your ass a Democrat or you Republican. If you fucking with the enemy, we ain't got no love for you, baby. I'm just gonna tell it like it is. Your wife, Miss Chow, has investments in China. This woman is cozy because her father started the business with the Communist Chinese fucking party. And you're the head of the fucking Senate, the Republican Party. Make this shit make sense to me, please. This shit needs to be questioned. All of this needs to be questioned because the enemy is at our back door. Or should I say, to the north of us? Oh, did you know about that? Wait a minute, you didn't know? What? What the fuck you mean you didn't know that Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada, our neighbor to the north, you gotta love him to say, hey, you know? Let me get this for you. Okay. Canadian Prime Minister requested Chinese troops be stationed in Canada. Again, make this shit make sense. Our number one rival, probably gonna be our number one enemy, probably gonna have to fight these motherfuckers, and our neighbor to the north wants them to be permanently based there? Okay. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. As many brothers as I know that got them things, if you tell them it's on and popping and these cats done came across the border, oh man, it's pot shot day all day long. So really, that's gonna be a hard road to toe for them. They gotta find a place to come in where it's sparsely populated, okay? But again, these are all conspiracy theories right now, right? Justin Trudeau invited the People's Liberation Army to send its troops for cold weather training at an Ontario base. Trudeau raged at the Canadian Armed Forces for canceling the training after China kidnapped Canadian citizens Michael Spivey and Michael Kovrig. Do you understand this shit? Do you understand this? Okay, bottom line, I didn't make that up. I didn't make it up. The press is suppressing information. They not telling you everything because they don't want to lose their grip on you. They don't want to change the narrative. They don't want the narrative to suit the picture. When they can tell you all damn day long there's nothing going on and the weather outside is a balmy 65 and have a drink, then guess what? You won't see the enemy until they all up in your face. You are watching Facts and Opinion on You are watching Facts and Opinions on WJZZ Cool TV, the world's coolest station, streaming every Saturday and Friday on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. Look, there's some really sneaky, underhanded things taking place, especially in our government, because you know, if we sitting here gonna ask ourselves that if Hunter Biden, now just to give you an example of what I mean, if Hunter Biden has been under investigation, under grand jury investigation for all kind of financial dealings, improper financial dealings, and he's connected to the businessmen that are connected to the Communist Chinese Party or Chinese Communist Party. Then you take Eric Swalwell, Democrat out of California, who sits on the Intelligence Committee for the House. Okay? He had him a little girlfriend who was a Chinese spy. She used to send interns into his office and stuff like that. And you really don't believe something's going on with that. Dianne Feinstein had a chauffeur for 20 fucking years. She knows some of the most sensitive information this country has had. And she's been in power in the same place for years, decades. You think none of this information got back to the Chinese? It's already been alleged that Bill Clinton sold some of our missile technology back in the day when he was there. That's alleged. Something is seriously wrong with this picture. Do you feel, by just hearing that little bit of information, that we are being sold out by our own fucking people? The government is selling out its own citizens with these people that are in power. Look, this doesn't require anything but a little common sense and, I guess, a little inquisitive nature. Just go look it up, see what the fuck going on. Because it seems like to me, how can you put this? A docile society is a dumb society, because the wool can be pulled over your eyes at any given moment. Now, Cynthia Johnson, representative in Michigan, I think she over there representing Wayne County. She went on a ham again. The woman done lost her fucking mind. All right, go look up her newest little video on Facebook. The woman done went nuts. This is the people we vote for? You mean to tell me we need to get these people psychologically evaluated before we cast a ballot for these sick-ass people? This woman done lost her mind again, okay? First, she was threatening motherfucking Trump supporters. Then, next thing you know, she go on there trying to say all her soldiers are soldiers of love and soldiers of Christ and soldiers of this and soldiers of that. Now she got a fresh new video. Look, let me tell you something. This woman is the hit that keeps on giving. I'm telling you. Go check that video out. I don't know what's wrong with our society. We vote for people like this. I'm serious. I know everybody say the same thing about Trump and all these other crap. Man, come on now. Come on. Go check her out. She is, woo. Look, sources say that the president was presented a secret treaty between Canada, the Canadian government, and Chinese, in which China would spare Canada and buy wheat and water from them so that they can use the Canadian-U.S. border as a staging ground. Now again, this is Hal Turner. Go look him up. I'm not saying the brother right. I ain't saying the brother wrong. But it do make your roach antenna say, hey, what the fuck is going on around here? Something ain't right. At least it make you curious enough to inquire. Because, I mean, if you don't ask, they ain't going to tell you. You got to go look this up for yourself. Now, being a Hal Turner might be right, or if he might be wrong, it still don't hurt you nothing to, I guess, educate yourself about what's going on, because we have right now this malware that's in our systems, and if you notice, certain things are not flowing like they used to. Now, this has been going on, I think, since June. Okay, since this malware was, I guess, injected into all our systems. We're talking every government system, the Pentagon, all these guys. All right, this could actually be, and I hate to say it, this could be the opening salvo in a wider incursion. This could actually be the first steps of war. And you have to understand, I'm not the person saying this. This is what a lot of analysts are saying and a lot of other people are saying, that these things that's taking place right now could be considered the first steps in war. Okay, this is like a psych kind of thing. Disrupt the government. What are we dealing with right now? We're dealing with the question of who's the president, right? Infiltrate our systems. What are we dealing with? We're dealing with malware, a virus actually being injected into all our computer systems, military as well as civilian, and they actually said they have no way of getting it out. They don't know what to do right now. Okay. You have unrest in certain areas of the country. Not as much as before, but it's on the hair trigger. All right. And an infiltration into our election systems, causing all type of chaos. These things all put together, brought onto focus, can give you a big picture of what the hell's really going on with us right now and who are actually against us. China, Russia, Iran. These individual countries can't do shit with us by themselves. But if you tie all three of them together, they could cause us a little bit of pain. All right? Not that we wouldn't get over it, but it'd be a little uncomfortable. Now, another thing I want to get into is that I noticed that a lot of politicians are drawn to their own corners right now. Now, I want to address Mitch McConnell one more time. All right, Republican Kentucky. He's the leader of the Senate. Now, remember last week we talked, and I said that there was a congressman named Mo Brooks out of Alabama, representative Mo Brooks out of Alabama. And if you recall that conversation that we had last week, I told you then that all Mo Brooks had to have is one senator to reject the votes in each individual state that's in question. Remember I told you that, right? Okay. If something's not wrong with Mitch McConnell, if everything is fair and on the level and Mitch McConnell is a card-carrying, 100% flag-waving American, please explain to me why he told his caucus that none of them are to vote negative when the votes come up. No senator on the Republican side, by what Mitch McConnell put out there, is allowed to cross the line to vote with Mo Brooks. Now, that seems a little suspicious to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Bullshit, I ain't wrong. Look, let me tell you something. All right? This has been a dog and pony show from day fucking one. I'm tired of these sick-ass motherfuckers playing on my goddamn intelligence just like you are. This is fucking ridiculous. You have the head, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. I quote, that motherfucker will not get reelected. All right? Do you understand me? That's the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court said that bullshit. You have the head of the Republican Senate telling his, look, this is fucking crazy. You have the head of the Senate telling his caucus not to cross the line, not to help the president, the leader of his party, get where he's going. You know who all want Donald Trump out of office? Other than rhino ass Republicans. You all want to, and Democrats. Democrats, it is what it is. Look, you know who else want Trump out of office? China, Iran, got another one, Russia, got a few more, Argentina, Cuba. Look, if you don't think these son of a bitches done got up in our election, done drove us all, got all this chaos going on, you fucking nuts, all right? The evidence is for itself. Even what's going on inside the mechanisms of government right now. How can you deny cases when you don't even hear the cases? How can you reject the claim before you even hear the claim, look at the evidence or anything of that nature? You know this is some bullshit. You know it's some bullshit. I know it's some bullshit. We all know this is straight bull fucking shit. Look, like I told you before, I get a little passionate about the issues. And when I'm thinking that it's starting to look as if my government leaders, the officials that are supposed to be for our benefit, seem to be in the bed with the enemy, seem to be working the motherfucking plan of the enemy, seems to be giving out this country, selling out this country, and each and every goddamn one of us. We are not stupid by a long shot. None of us. And when we have politicians that are sleeping with the enemy spies, Christine Fang, all right? They call it a Fang Fang. I say Fang Fang gave him that Fang Fang, and now this motherfucker got us all fucked up. He gave away the secrets, man. What? What you want to know? He gave it up. I'm not stupid. I'm a little animated, but I'm not fucking stupid. Now look at it. You are watching Facts and Opinion on WJZZ, the coolest station in the world, streaming live every Saturday and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday. On Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. Oh, check this out. When you go to YouTube, give me a thumbs up, hit them like buttons, and subscribe. I'm not the only personality here. We have other personalities, other shows. They might get you there if I'm not going to do it for you. Enjoy. Look here. Back to the subject. Look, let me tell you something, okay? We are not playing a game. This shit is real. Back in the motherfucking 40s and 50s, we was always concerning ourselves with being bombed by the Russians. Every damn day, duck and cover, all that bullshit, okay? We were concerned. We were consumed with that. People were literally building bomb shelters in their basements because the Red Menace was a threat to us. But I think we had the wrong fucking Red Menace, don't you? Look, these people, referring to the Communist Chinese Party, these people are doing damage to their own people. Just look at the news. They don't even move you. Okay, look, in our country, guess what? If they want to tear your goddamn house down, they give you an eviction notice, you go to court, you get a fair trial, get the fuck out, okay? Over there, they don't do that. They go in your house with billy clubs and thugs, drag your ass out that motherfucker, and then tell the bulldozer, come on, fine, come on, and run your house over. How is that fair to your people? And you want me to think that these people are our friends? Oh, they're just loving us. They care about us. They give us all the Apple products we need. Yeah, right before they line your ass up against a wall and fill you full of fucking holes. Look, this makes no sense to me. That we have gotten to this point where none of us understands that when we have intelligence officials telling us that these people were involved in our election, when you have intelligence officials telling us that these people have the largest army on the planet, when you have defense intelligence people telling us that their ultimate goal is to control this world and get rid of us in the process, you should take that threat seriously and do something about it, because there's only one chance you get. When the shit start popping off, when the bullets start flying, you only get one shot. And if you blow your shot, that could be your ass. And by the way this all is looking, very suspicious, very unusual, somewhat shows signs of corruption, financed by interesting, shadowy people. Speaking of, could you explain to me why Mark Zuckerberg, excuse me, I have to wet my palate. I've been going kind of ham, so brother get a little parched. Hey, could you explain to me why Mark Zuckerberg decided to throw $400 million into this election, paying poll workers, paying election officials, paying election judges, buying equipment, when the federal government takes care of all of that for each state? And it seems like to me the most money was paid to the states that seem to be in question. Could you explain that? Do you really think big tech? Nah, that's a bullshit. Big tech ain't involved in this shit. But can you explain to me why that $400 million was dispersed in areas like Detroit, Baltimore, all that high count areas that seem to have a lot of suspicious behavior and a lot of Philadelphia? Got a lot of questions about the ballots and how they was counted and all these other different shit. Is big tech actually trying to destroy the Constitution? Is big tech trying to take away our rights? Is big tech trying to... Oh, I'm about to say some bad stuff. Is big tech really trying to get us like that? Seriously. Are they really trying to get us like that? You have to remember now, that Post story that came out, they banned all of that. They couldn't talk about that. They took that shit right on out. Closed up the account for the Post. They couldn't tweet it. They couldn't share it. They couldn't do none of that. But they kept it from you. Right now, they did a poll, and they asked a lot of registered Democrats that if you would have known this information about Hunter Biden, possible corruption of his father, the Chinese businessmen, and the connection to the Communist Party, if you knew these things, would you have voted? 1 out of 10 people said they would not have voted for Joe Biden, which then would have really fucked up his numbers. Not that he got good numbers now, because the truth of the matter is, I mean, you got ballot stuffing going on, so the real numbers, if he'd have got that problem, he probably would have really looked bad. All right? I'm just telling it like it is. It's just common sense. And like I say, don't hate the messenger, hate the message. I think I'm all right. I ain't did nothing wrong. Look, we need to get our heads wrapped around the idea that Justin Trudeau, cat up north, Canada, don't you think it's kind of funny this man had a secret treaty with a secret treaty? All right, now, like I said, Hal Turner is the one that reported this. Go look it up for yourself out of curiosity, just to find out things are pinpointed correct. Go look it up. And ask yourself, well, what kind of steps are being taken to avert any of that? Look, it was even reported that the Chinese decided that for December 7th, now remember, December 7th was Pearl Harbor Day. You know, when the Japanese fucked up everything in Pearl Harbor, sunk all our battleships. Now, it was reported that the Chinese wanted to give us a little honor on that day, all right? And they wanted to do some dirt to us. Now, I don't know if that's true, okay? I really don't, but at the end of the story, it was told that sources say that the 2 Chinese submarines that were sent to pay homage on December 7th was sunk. It was suggested, let's put it like that. It was suggested that they were actually going to fire off maybe a missile or 2. That's the suggestion. Like I said, this is facts and opinion. That's not a fact. I don't know about that. I'm just saying. That's the way I understand it. And if I understand it that way, at least it made me curious enough to go look it up and see what the hell was going on. I haven't been able to find anything else connecting that thread, but time unveils all things. So I'm going to give it time, and maybe that information will come out. Now, I want to understand another thing, too. If our government knows that we have this malware in our systems right now. Oh, matter of fact, let me get back to you right fast. Look, the phone number. Oh, wrong hand. The phone number's on your screen. Give me a call. I'm sitting there chilling. We just having a conversation. If you want to ask a question or two, if you want to chime in, you want to get some things off your chest, you just want to share, give me a call. Let's do this. But back to what I was saying. Now, there seems to be a lot going on here behind the scenes that we're not privy to. And we're being distracted. We're truly being distracted. It's like dangling that pretty little thing in front of your face and you over here and somebody in your back pocket, okay? It's some funny shit going on here, all right? Because the stories that I done heard, even the ones that they try to like, they know they got to tell you something, but they ain't got to tell it to you all. So they kind of like give you the icing off the top, but they don't give it, they don't cut into the cake. They just give you a little bit of icing off the top. Here's a little taste. That's what I've been feeling. That's what I've been getting. That's what I've been seeing. They don't give you a big chunk of cake. They just give you a little slide off of that icing off top of just you wet your palate, get you going, get you fired up. All right. But here's the thing: you go underneath that icing, you'll get to where you need to be, and that's what we all need to be doing. Get the icing out the way, fuck all that shit, and get right to where we need to be. Because these people, guess what? I said this maybe last show or 2 or 3 shows ago. These people got bunkers. These people got places to fucking go. When the shit pop off, we the ones above surface. Look, I know you done seen these shows where they have bomb survivalists and all like that. I know you done seen how they done took these damn missile silos and done turned these bitches into places you really wouldn't mind hanging out in for a while and could support your ass. When everything up top is fucked up, they down there, air conditioned, circulated air and shit, eating motherfucking caviar. Your ass up on the surface, burning up at motherfucking 10,000 degrees plus. And these motherfuckers drinking and having a good time. That don't have to be that way. Because an informed public is a powerful thing. And if a powerful thing come up, look, we got to get our minds wrapped around the idea. Everybody don't love us. Everybody don't like us. Everybody want us dead. Not just half these motherfuckers, man. If Russia could exist without the United States, don't you think they'd be happy as fuck? If China could exist without the United States, don't you think these motherfuckers be dancing on motherfucking goddamn roofs? If motherfucking Argentina could exist without the United States, don't you think these people be just da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, having a fucking good time? Don't you think these people clown, party? Okay, remember when 9/11 popped off, all right? On the other side of the fucking planet, you had motherfucking kids, you had adults, you had all kinds of people running around in the Middle East, fingers up, smiling, partying, dancing, while we over here trying to dig out 2,000 motherfucking people out of a hole. All right? We're not loved around the globe. We may do everything we need to do to keep the whole thing together, but we're not loved around the globe. And if this situation is not clear enough proof, then I don't know what the hell else you need. Like I said, I don't know what Hal Turner talking about. I just found the shit in the same kind of interesting because it does go with a lot of the shit that I'm seeing. But let's be honest. You seeing the same damn thing? Open your fucking eyes. You seeing the same damn thing I'm seeing. You hearing the same damn thing I'm hearing. And if you ain't hearing that shit and you just hearing it for the first fucking time, take what I'm telling you and go look it up. Just go look it up. Don't wake up one day and find out that your whole motherfucking life done changed and then have no idea which direction it was going and how it got there. Just wake up one day and just do it. Information is power. Ignorance is death. Been saying that shit for a long time. Look, the binding thing to me when it comes down to what's really going on is when you saw the way the Chinese behaved. Oh, wait a minute, we have a call coming in. Excuse me. Hello, caller. You are on with JR on Facts and Opinions. How may I help you?
Hello, it's Mike from Madison Heights.
Hey, Mike.
I love the show. I totally agree with you regarding the nuclear weaponry that we have. Mm-hmm. I've been studying the 4 most recent newest nuclear weapons are the W-80-4, the W-87-1, the W-93.
Are those the gravity bombs? The gravity bomb ones? Or are you
Those are our newest nuclear weapons programs, and there's no way we should be allowing that to proceed under the Biden administration with COVID happening, I believe, and I'm really trying to move people to that agreement.
Well, here's the thought. Here's the thought, caller. Actually, that information has been tainted. If you've been keeping up with the news, we have a massive security breach right now in all of our governmental systems. Even our nuclear laboratories have been infiltrated. So,
no.
Yeah, that just came out.
That's another reason we have to put a halt to those new programs.
Well, here's the thing. That is one of the tactics that your enemy would use against you. Because if we put a halt to our programs because of infiltration, then guess what? They're never going to stop their programs. They're going to continue on with them until they reach their goal.
Well, we don't forget we have 1,687 nuclear weapons that are active, that are working and active. On duty, 1,687 nuclear bombs that could take out the whole world easily.
That's true, caller, but you also have to understand now. This is the thing, okay? Last thing here. The problem with that is if your tactic is sound, where you can shut down your enemy before your enemy can fire off anything, and then you yourself can't attack the enemy, then you have gained the higher ground and the advantage. Thank you for calling in today, caller. It's been fun. Goodbye.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Bye now.
Yeah. This is a sensitive subject because there's a possibility that, like I said, if things pop off, you have people that are hello? Oh, nobody's there. I thought someone was online. You have people that are caught up in the idea that everything is safe, everything is fine, nothing goes wrong, everybody's okay. And I believe wholeheartedly that we're being lied to by our representatives. We're being lied to by our government. We're being misled to think that the wolf, the enemy that's at the back door, won't come through. And it looks like to me that they're doing things to make that come through part really happen. All right, the infiltrations, the provocative nature of some of these things that's taking place in the South China Sea, the report of the Chinese Navy attempting to enter our territorial waters and being turned away by the U.S. Navy. These things may seem insignificant when you're just hearing them up for the first time. But when you start to take all of these pieces and bring them together, this just starts to look very scary, starts to look very uncomfortable. And the only thing I've been telling you guys is with my show, I just choose to have you go look it up. Just go look it up. The same thing I did. The only thing, I'm just trying to make sure that those that aren't aware at least can pull your coattail. Say, yo, brother, go look at this and get yourself together. May not be nothing we can do about it on the world stage, you know what I'm saying? But guess what? We can always be ready for it. We can be prepared for it. We can have what we need to make it without all this other bullshit, minutia, clouding our judgment, clouding our decisions, showing up. This is not going to go easy. This is not going to be nice. Look at where this country is right now. Look at the things we're dealing with right now. Look at the obstacles, the corruption, the deep swamp. And I'm not saying this on one side. I'm saying on both sides. We are about to call it another day. And we've been sitting here talking and enjoying each other's company. I'd like my engineer to switch me back over to turn off the phones, lady. Thank you. See, that's all you gotta do, just talk real nice. Look here. We had an enjoyable time, an enjoyable day, and we have had some education. But what we're gonna talk about tomorrow might get you a little bit more where you need to be. You have been watching Facts and Opinions on WJZZ, Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. live streaming every Saturday and Sunday from these studios right here in Detroit. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. And if you go to YouTube, make sure you give me a thumbs up. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.